Almost 3 years. Not 3 months, not one good summer, but 3 years of showing up before anything actually worked. I need you to sit with that number for a second because it's the exact opposite of everything you've been told. Every video you watch, every thumbnail you click, it's selling you speed. Make money fast, get rich this year, 6 figures in 90 days. The whole internet is built to make you believe that if nothing's working in a few weeks, then you're doing it completely wrong or you're just not built for it. So you start something, you give it a month, you see basically no results, and then you quit. Then you start a different thing, you give it a month, you see nothing, and then you quit. And you do that over and over again, and you wonder why nothing ever takes off. But here's the truth that nobody's making a hype about. The results always lag behind the work. There's a gap between when you start putting in effort and when you actually see anything come back. And that gap is way longer and way more boring than anyone ever tells you. And I call that the lag. It's the dead zone where you're doing all the right things and getting none of the reward yet. And it's the exact place where almost everybody gives up. So let me actually walk you through mine because I want to show you how long the lag really is. Now, by the way, I'm not guaranteeing you that it's going to take you years to succeed. Everyone is different, but it's more so to show you that consistency matters. So I spent close to 3 years making content before it paid me anything real. 3 years. So just think about how many videos that is. Posting to the void, barely getting any views, going through many different channels, and talking to an audience that basically didn't exist yet. There was no single moment where it would blow up, and I mean sometimes there would be, but it didn't last. It was just me showing up again and again and again, getting slightly less bad every time for years while it looked like nothing was happening from the outside. And then it finally started working. But it only started working because I was still there after so long. Because most people would be gone by like month 1 or 2. And it wasn't just content either. Every single skill that I have right now took months of being bad at it first. When I started learning about AI and how to implement it into my business, or building softwares and just learning a bunch of new things about AI and software development, and also like making thumbnails or editing a video, I was so confused for months and months. You know, things are breaking. I wasn't understanding what I was looking at. And so that took months to learn. And then getting my body into a place that I was actually proud of. That wasn't a transformation video. That was months of reps and eating right when I didn't want to. And showing up to the gym when I felt like garbage. Landing high-paying clients, the kind that actually moves the needle. Months of getting ignored, sending things that got no reply, hearing nothing back before anyone said yes. You're starting to see the pattern. There is no skill on that list that took weeks. Every one of them took months of being a beginner. And the only reason I have any of them now is because I didn't quit during the part where I sucked. So let me be real with you on why your brain makes this so hard. Your brain is wired to want the reward right after the effort. You touch the stove, it hurts instantly. You eat the food, you're full instantly. So when you put in 2 weeks of real work and the world gives you nothing back, your brain reads that as failure. It goes, this isn't working, stop wasting energy. And that instinct, the thing that kept your ancestors alive, is the exact thing sabotaging you now because the most valuable stuff in life has a long delayed payoff. The reward comes months after the effort, not minutes. And if you can't sit in that gap without quitting, then you will never get to the part where it pays. Now I have to be balanced here because there is a wrong way to take this too. I'm not telling you just to grind blindly for 3 years doing the same broken thing and hoping it magically works. That's the other trap. There are people who are technically consistent, but they're consistently doing the wrong stuff, repeating the same mistake for years and calling it discipline. That's not it. Consistency only works when you're also paying attention and adjusting. I didn't just post the same bad video hundreds of thousands of times. I got better each time. I learned what landed, I changed what didn't. So it's not just showing up, it's showing up and getting slightly better each and every time. Mindless grinding is going to get you nowhere, and quitting is also going to get you nowhere. But the answer is the boring middle. Consistent effort with your eyes actually open. So here's the part that makes it all worth waiting. The payoff isn't little. You don't get a little reward each month that slowly adds up. It's more like nothing, 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 and then everything, all at once. For years, it looks like your effort is doing absolutely nothing, like you're throwing work into a black hole. But under that surface, it's compounding. The skills are stacking, the reps are adding up, and people are slowly starting to notice. And then one day, it all hits the surface at the same time. And from the outside, it looks like you blew up overnight. But it wasn't overnight. It was years of invisible work finally becoming visible. The overnight success people love to talk about is almost always just the last day of a very long, boring climb that nobody filmed. That's the whole thing people miss. When you see someone quote unquote make it fast, you're seeing the moment it surfaced. You're not seeing the years underwater. So you compare your year 1 to their year 5 and you feel like a failure, when really you're just earlier in the exact same process that they went through. So what do you actually need to do with this? First, you have to pick something and give it real time before you judge it. Not a month, not a few months, but honestly, years. If you switch what you're doing every few weeks because it's not paying yet, you are guaranteeing it never will. You're quitting right before the lag ends every time. Pick the thing, commit to it long enough to actually clear the dead zone. Second, stop measuring your progress by the results, because in the lag, there's not going to be results yet. Measure it by the reps. Did you show up today? Did you do the thing? Did you get a little better than last time? Those are the only numbers you can control, and ironically, they're the only ones that produce the results anyway. Fall in love with the reps, and the payoff becomes a side effect. And third, you need to expect it to feel boring. That's not a sign that you're failing, that's the price. The boring middle is the toll that everyone has to pay in entrepreneurship or working out or just trying to be successful in general. And most people just refuse to pay that, which is exactly why most people stay stuck. I want you to picture two people right now. Both start today, both want the same thing. One gives it a few weeks, sees nothing, decides it doesn't work, and quits to go find a faster way. He's gonna do that for the next 10 years, always starting over, always quitting in the lag, always broke and confused about why. The other one accepts it, accepts that it's gonna take years. He settles in and just keeps showing up while it looks like nothing's working. Years from now, those two people are living completely different lives. And the wild part is they had the exact same potential on day one. The difference was that one of them was willing to wait out the lag and the other one wasn't. And that's really the whole secret. And it's not really a secret at all. It just sounds too boring to sell. It took me almost 3 years to make 10 grand a month. And I would do it again because those 3 years didn't just build me income. They built a person who could keep it. So you need to pick your thing, pay the toll, stay in the boring middle longer than everyone around you, and maybe one day you'll surface too.